Today, I am feeling lost. Now, I know that this is a feeling that a lot of people experience probably more often than they are aware of, which is why today I want to talk about it. I notice a lot of people saying that they're afraid of being bored, or not really afraid, they just hate being bored. And a lot of people say that that's the reason that they turn to their phone, social media, whatever, on their phone. But I don't think people have that 100% correct. I personally reach for my phone the most, and I've just noticed this in the last few days. I've actually been able to figure this out. I reach for my phone the most when I am feeling lost. I'm sure that lost feels different for everyone. So I'm going to describe how it feels for me, and perhaps you can relate, or maybe at least it will begin your journey of introspection on the topic. I'm making soda bread for the first time, so let's see how this goes. So, feeling lost for me isn't exactly like an existential whole life crisis of like, oh God, why life, and what is the purpose of everything? What am I doing? It's all pointless. No. It's not like that for me. What it's like for me is just, it's an ache in my chest. It's an ache. It's looking around, thinking about all the things I could be doing, all the things I should be doing, and just not wanting to do any of them. I'm not bored. I don't have an absence of activity. If anything, it almost feels like an overabundance of activity. I know for people who suffer from executive dysfunction, like me, it's really easy to get lost in the anxiety spiral of just get up, just do this, just do it, just get up, just do it. And the shame that stems from not being able to just get up and do it. And that's really hard. But it's a little bit different. Feeling lost for me is apathy, but it's not apathy for other people, it's apathy for myself. It's, I don't care about your feelings, we're just gonna sit here. Because, why? And it is this big why question, but it's not broad, it's just situational, it's right here. And this might not make a lot of sense, but I don't know, this is the best I got today. So when I am lost, and apathetic, and numb, and dry, and empty, and just nothing feels like it's worth it, like I said, I tend to reach for my phone. And I have been trying to do that less. It's hard. I know it's hard. I know for anyone who's tried this, it is hard. But for the most part, I think that I am doing pretty good. I've gotten it down to like 20 minutes a day from 4 hours. So that's a huge improvement. And you got to celebrate the small successes. You got to. My cabinet door's in the view there. I'm just lost. So when you are lost, you've got a couple of options. You can feed into the emptiness and the apathy and scroll on your phone and pretend that it's not happening. Or you can sit back and notice. And I talk about this a lot on this channel. Because if you sit back and notice the lost, and you let the feeling just fill up your body, and you just let it be there, you let it send its message, and figure out what its message is for you. Today I have been sitting around trying to receive Lost's message. And I gotta tell you, my cats are going crazy. I gotta tell you, the message of Lost is a hard one to decipher. But what I've been able to figure out today is that the feeling of lost is sort of like the boy who cried wolf. It's saying something's wrong, but it doesn't tell you what's wrong. It's saying something's not okay, but it doesn't tell you what's not okay. It's saying, pay attention right now. You have to pay attention. And when you stop to pay attention, there's nothing. It's like, what was the loneliness for then? And your brain is just like, cricket, 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 cricket. It's, in my opinion, one of those emotions that in this current age is kind of useless. And that's not to say that you shouldn't sit and notice and feel it and acknowledge it and let it send its message. But honestly, for me, it's an empty message. And I don't say this about a lot of emotions, but personally for me, this is not to tell you what to do. This is my perspective. That's what we're here for. Personally for me, number one thing I can do is just ignore it. Ignore the lost and try to go about my day as if everything's the same. As if I don't feel lost. Because what's the point? You know, if the lost is saying what's the point, my oven's ready. So if the lost is saying what's the point, then I usually ask the lost back, what's your point? And if it's got no point, I don't gotta listen to it. I don't gotta acknowledge it that much. I gotta say, all right, well, I've seen you. I have seen you lost. Thank you for your presence here. I'm gonna tell you that you're not really welcome because you haven't told me what you need. And if you ever do figure out what you need, Mr. Lost, then absolutely we can open up a discussion and see what we can do about that. But until then, bye. And I avoid picking up my phone. And I avoid staring at a wall, feeling bad for myself. And I avoid shaming myself for feeling this feeling that I feel all the time. Because my feelings aren't my fault. They're my responsibility. They're not my fault. You cannot control how you feel, but you can control what you do because of how you feel. So, today I felt very lost. Very, very lost today. And it has been rather existential today. But I recognize, existential or not, it's pointless. It means nothing. It is an emotion to be ignored. And so, instead of getting lost in it and scrolling on my phone, which I did a little bit earlier, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did it a little bit and then I caught myself. I sat back and noticed and I said, hey, this isn't making me feel better. So instead I got up, I did some dishes. I am now making soda bread, which is something I have been craving for the last few days. And I've never made it before, so I figure, hey, why not? What the heck, let's try. And so, after this, when my soda bread's in the oven, I'm gonna do my workout, which I do not feel like doing. Because, why? Everything just feels like, why? What is the point? And I'm over it. It's a pointless feeling. Why? Because I'm gonna. Because I'm gonna. And sometimes, at the end of the day, that's what self-care has to look like. Because I am going to, that is why. And you just stop listening to the lost, okay? You have to recognize lost is not boredom. Boredom is not scary. Boredom is calm. Boredom is full relaxation. Boredom is your brain digesting all of the processing and information that it's had to endure in this society forever, how long it was since the last time you were bored. Lost is something is wrong right now. There is no point. We need to find escape. We need escape from this feeling. And that feeling is not boredom, it is lost. The best thing, in my opinion, that you can do to avoid this feeling more often, to feel it less often, is to... Oh gosh, there's this quote from BoJack Horseman that Mr. Peanut Butter says. If I find it, I'll put it up on the screen. If I don't find it, then it's just going to be an empty cabinet holder. But Mr. Peanut Butter says something along the lines of, you know, the point is to busy yourself with pointless nonsense, and then eventually you'll be dead. And to some people, that might seem a little dark. But to me, pointless nonsense sounds great. Just get me out of my head. And the next time I feel bored, I'll welcome the boredom. And the next time I feel lost, I'll welcome the lost. And I will treat them in their own ways, as their own separate entities with their own solutions. And lost will get pushed out, and boredom will get welcomed. And that video probably made no sense. You know what, guys, sometimes it's not cute, it's not pretty, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. And that's the whole point of this channel. So if you enjoy my ramblings, consider dropping a follow. Maybe the like button really helps out. And if you're interested in new perspectives, go check out some of my other videos. Enjoy your journey.